Hey guys, Sword here, and this is going to be Operation Dome number 69, the 69th episode of the Operation Dome series. A series where my friends and I we're going to be encasing the entire world in glass and glass panes. We still got a lot of work to do, but mainly is that we got to get a lot of sand, we got to get a lot of birch wood to make some charcoal to make the sand into glass, and then from the glass we could either put it as a ceiling top or that we put it into glass panes to make the wall. But again, we still got a lot of work to do, and mainly I've been more and more focused on Operation Bedrock than I'm actually on Operation Dome. Truthfully, just mainly that with Operation Bedrock, there's still a lot of work to do on Operation Bedrock, that we've already gotten the beacons and we're gonna have to move on with the beacons to make everything a little bit more faster. Wait, more faster? That is not proper grammar. It has to be a little bit faster now. It is faster now, and we got a lot of work to do from there. That I'm gonna have to explain more about that in the next Operation Bedrock episode. So what am I gonna be talking about in Operation Dome? Probably gonna have to bring this up in Operation Bedrock, nevertheless. So what's been going on? That in my life right now, that I've already sent my application for the CCW, which is pretty much the concealed carrier's weapon, that I'll be able to conceal a weapon if I have to, and that I have the card to say that I can. So if I do have it on me, and if I have the card on me, then I'm in the legal safe area, that they cannot prosecute me for any of that because I already have the acknowledgement of the law, and of course I get the license to prove it. But here's the deal, that this is kind of funny, that I've already sent everything to them, and then the very next day, like, I sent the certificates, I sent the fingerprints, I sent the application, I sent the money over, and the very next day I actually get the folder from the same department that I'm actually applying to, and they send me the identification card, the application form or paper, and as well as instructions of how to fill it out correctly. I'm like, oh dang. So right now I am currently waiting to see whether or not if I'm going to be accepted or denied. If I get denied, then it's no big deal to me, because all it is that I will send it over again with the proper format, with the proper everything, and of course that I really hope that they send back the $60 that I've given to them. Otherwise, then I'm out that $60, and then I gotta do another $60 money order. But again, that's fine with me, because that I'll be able to finally get the license then, and then I'll be in the clear for anything that may happen, because with that license it just tells everybody that you know of the law and that you are responsible, and yeah, you're responsible for anything that were to happen in any situation. So I'm really optimistic. I really hope that I will actually, well, I think that I'm actually going to be accepted, but if not, again, I could just send it all the way over again with another $60 money order, and with the proper filling it out with the applications and all that good stuff. I just should have waited. I honestly had a feeling in the back of my head that I should have waited at least another few days, but I was so excited that I just had to try to get it done here and now before I forget, or before I thought it was quote-unquote too late, because I was just so eager to actually finally get the license. But now that I'm just second-guessing myself, and now I'm just waiting to see whether or not if I'm actually going to get accepted. Like I said, it's no big deal if I don't get accepted, but if I do get accepted, I'm going to be very happy nevertheless. So all it is just redo the whole thing, get my fingerprints and all that good stuff, and then send it over again if I get denied. And of course, whoa. Is there invisi blocks here? Looks like there's a little bit of an invisi block. Are you gone, buddy? Okay, looks like it's gone. Okay. Just one of those things. I am very happy. I just want to get this over and done with. Taxes, however, I'm looking forward to it. I still haven't done them yet, but once I do them, then I'll be having a little bit more money on the side so I can actually save up, and well, I'm probably going to use it whenever I actually do need to use it. Mainly, I've been saving money just by not eating out at fast food restaurants. That is a great way to save money, people, because on average, a person would spend anywhere from $5 up to $12 for a meal at a restaurant, which will only last a few hours before you're hungry again, and then you got to eat more. With those $5 to $12, you could buy something like packaged food at a grocery store. You could just buy some food at a grocery store, and that could actually, depending on what you get, that could actually serve you up for a week. So you got to think to yourself, either 2 hours instant gratification, or get more out of it and last for a good week with gratification. Just a little bit more effort depending on what you buy, but it still works in the long run. The only thing I really hope for well, I'm hoping for it is that there's not going to be another lag spike, or not a lag spike, a power spike, because the air conditioning was actually currently on, and usually whenever that happens, there's always a power spike that happens throughout the house. Mainly that the HD PVR that I'm using takes a lot of processing power, and like, of course, it takes a lot of electricity, so whenever there's a good amount of a power surge, it'll actually, you know, shut down the PVR for about a good 5 seconds. That it just disrupts the recording. It has happened so many times, whether it be Operation Bedrock or Operation Dome episodes, and you've seen it from time to time. And I let you guys know that there was a power spike that at times I'll actually talk to you guys, through you guys, with all what's going on right there. That you just see pretty much a black screen for about a good like minute and a half before I set everything back up again, and then resume the recording like nothing ever happened. Now, sometimes I do some jump cuts depending if there's a lot of things going on in the background, but whenever there's a good amount of silence, or like everything is a little bit peaceful around the house, that's when I actually go ahead and talk to you guys, or talk to you guys through this. Grammar here, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on my grammar here. One of those other things I really gotta work on is my grammar, seriously. But still, that's one of the things that happens. So one of the other things I really want to get in the future is soundproof walls. I don't know how much that's going to cost, but that's going to be very, very beneficial to me and everybody else, so they don't actually have to hear me talk all the time. Because can you imagine just hearing me talk from 30 minutes to an hour at a time? No less than like 5 hours if I'm actually on a recording spree. I've missed doing those. I really, really do. I can only do that when there's absolutely no one in the house, where I'm able to have a good 5 hours to actually do a lot of recording. And with those 5 hours, if I were to do a let's play, that makes a great amount of time, whether it be on Pixelmon or whether it be on something else. Because with those 5 hours, usually I do 30-minute episodes if they're all good. So let's say if I spent 6 hours recording, and then those 5 hours are the actual episodes, because you know you gotta do jump cuts here and there to condense it, make it easier on everybody. You just don't want to hear too many blank spaces all around. But 5 hours divided by 30, well, 30 minutes, 5 hours divided by 30 minutes, that is 10 episodes. And usually, of course, with Operation Dome on Wednesdays and Operation Bedrock on Saturdays, I already get a 4 episode for a week. Depending if it's a let's play or something else. If I were to do a let's play, I could do a let's play episodes every single day, or at least take a break in between. I don't know how I'm going to go about that, but that literally means that I have 10 days to actually upload those videos. So I am good for at least 2 weeks. If I were to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, then do it all over again the next week, and then I have Monday, Tuesday again. With Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome in between, that's already 2.5 weeks worth of episodes, and that will give me 2.5 weeks to actually do something more. I should actually start binge recording Operation Dome and Operation Bedrock. That could actually be a deal. Maybe I will take one day just to binge record a lot of the episodes, so that I'll not be stressed out and running out of time, and then I'll have more time to work on other things. With Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome, it's a little bit more easier for me to actually, well, more easy. My God, grammar, fail. I do not type like that, I do not write like that, but I speak like that. How do I English? Anyways, that's, again, something I really got to work on. Maybe another thing I could actually work on is to be a little bit more loud and have a lot of energy throughout the whole video. Because I know that sometimes people say that I am monotone, but that's because that's how my voice is. That I have to actually, well, what's the proper word? I can never explain things clear enough, or whenever I try to explain it, those are not the type of words in a sense with a proper thought, with the brain processing, brainstorming, put it on a table, just I cannot actually think as I go along at times. Like, I can't, if you put me on the spot, sometimes I cannot even actually say anything. You just got to give me time to think. Sometimes if it's a serious matter, then a time to think may not be good, because they want a direct answer right here, right now. I'm like, I'm thinking, please stop pressuring me. But I just cannot think of how to say this right now. Just mainly that it is a lot of energy. Honestly, it is a lot of energy that I'm not quite used to. And it is quite hard to keep up that energy for a good 30 or so, or maybe even more minutes throughout the whole entire ordeal. It is kind of tough. So whenever I go a little bit monotone, or whenever I'm going a little bit calm, that just means that that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling calm. I'm not feeling, well, not too hyperactive where I'm bouncing off the walls if I were to have some, you know, sugar in my system. Because if I had sugar in my system, then I will speak a little bit faster, and then I just cannot actually think, or I cannot actually keep a thought process for a good amount of time. It just feels like I am on a sugar rush that I'm just bouncing off walls. Oh my god, I cannot even think right now. Maybe I am on that sugar high right now. I did have a little bit of soda earlier because I did have Jack in the Box, and I love Jack in the Box, and I know I said earlier that you save money with if you don't actually eat out at a fast food restaurant, but I can tell you right there, that one trip to Jack in the Box, that cost me $8.50. I'm rounding it up from there. So yeah, $8.50 for a trip to Jack in the Box. That says a lot. Just imagine if you were to do that for 4 days a week. $8.50 times 4. That's already $34 that you have spent just by eating at a fast food restaurant. $34 in a week. That is a lot of money to a lot of people. Honestly, it is. So, money management tip number 1. Feel free to eat at home. Do not go out to eat. It's okay to do it every once in a while because everybody does it, but to do it every single day, that is a different story. Seriously, honestly, working in a fast food restaurant, I'm amazed of how many people eat here daily. Honestly, I am. And they could do it. More power to them. Helps us out, helps them out. They'll get their food, we'll get some business, and we get to keep the employees here. Because otherwise, if there's not that much business, they're going to have to cut hours even more, or they're going to have to actually get rid of some people because the cost of keeping the employees will be higher than the cost of higher than the profit margin that the store is receiving. So business is good. If you want to support your local business, then more power to you. But again, it is a money saving tip. Just saying right there. If you want to save money from eating out of the fast food restaurants and eating on the other different fast food restaurants, be my guest. Or maybe even go with a dollar menu every now and then. Just spend $2 to $3 a day, and let's say you spend $3 every 5 days. That's $15 a week. Times that by the 4 weeks in a month, that is $60 a month. With that, you could already get Xbox Live or PSN. How funny does that work? A lot of people are always looking for how to get some money to actually buy something, but then they're the type of people who eat out every single day. I tell them like, hey dude, all you have to do, don't eat at a fast food restaurant. You'll get your money and then you'll be able to buy whatever you need to buy. It happens, dude. It happens. Seriously. Some people don't even think about it, but it is a common thing. Oh, look at my wolfies. It's a little bit laggy here, but look at all my wolfies. So many wolfies. One day, guys, we will roam the land. We will kill every mob that stands our way. So many wolfies. And here are the skeletons, and there's a witch right there. Now, let's see. Is my music on? Please tell me it's on at least. Okay, so we have sound and oh my god, the sound has been on. You guys have been hearing the dogs bark all then right there. Whew, that's kind of awkward. But hey, it's there. Can't take it back. I'm just gonna go along with it. Ow! Skeletons! Skeletons? This is a speeder? Speeder? What the heck? You're lagging too. That's kind of cool. Little creeper. More of the skeletons. Okay. Bob and weave. Weave and bob. And attack. Attack. Go away. Well, at least I'll be able to get to level 30 quickly like this. And I got an arrow in my eye. That hurts. That really hurts. Yeah. The worst pain I've ever felt in my eyes was the pepper spray. If I ever were to go through that again, that's going to be a different story. I may or may not. I'm not too sure. Maybe if I were to get, I don't know, like a milestone, then it would be a possibility. But then that means I'll have to do something even more crazy if I get another milestone. I'm going to have to plan things out as I go along. But I digress. Just as one of those things I'm just thinking about right now. I just go with the flow. I never go by a script, which I should at least write some notes down so I won't get, you know, too off topic. And if I do go off topic, at least I'll hold up with the other notes that I've written down to actually talk about in a different episode. That could be a thing. Just running around. I don't know what else to do. My trees are slowly growing little by little. I need to get so many birch wood to get some charcoal, which I'll be able to get to level 30, get another shovel, and then just stock up on the shovels. Well, at least some of them have actually grown, so I'm happy with that. So let me plug this in real quick that I'm on a server called mvblock.org. That is a server IP. With that server, it is Pokemon in the world of Minecraft and a multiplayer community. So mvblock.org. All you're going to need to do is have Pixelmon of the version of 3.4.0 downloaded, and as well as Forge mod version of 1.7.10, last four ending numbers in 1230. Everything will be linked in the description below, so you'll be able to download it for yourself and join us on the server. Mainly, it is survival with the world of Pokemon, and of course we do have MCMMO. Just mainly follow the rules, do not cheat in any way, just do not have x-ray, do not swear, do not raid, do not grief, do not steal, do not harass the players, the monitors, the staff, the owner, myself. Just respect everybody, respect the rules, have fun, and just if you know a lot about Pokemon and MCMMO, you'll do great. Just number one rule, do not x-ray, because that is a perma-ban until you appeal to be unbanned. It's just the thing that we do not tolerate on the server. So we have a great community, we have mini games, we have active staff, we have active players. Just have fun, make some friends, talk to people, and have fun in the world of Pokemon. Just tell them that Fox sent you so that they'll know that I'm doing my job as an advertiser. I'm also a moderator on the server as well. And one of the things you could do is that you could register to sign up on the forums so that if you have a problem or have a question, you could actually put it on the forums as well, depending on what it is. Mainly ask the players first. If they can't help you, then we'll suggest that you use the forums no matter what. And then on the other thing, that we do have a voting system so that you'll get in-game rewards just for voting. It helps us out and you get a good chance of getting some lucky rewards or lucky prizes just for voting. You got nothing to lose and a lot more to gain. One of these days I will actually make an advertisement video for the server because I enjoy playing the server so much. I am so involved with the community right there. Shoutouts to everyone who's playing Pixelmon or everyone who's actually on mvblock.org. More than likely, I will also make another video just to advertise other people's servers so that everybody gets their servers out there if you actually do play on a Minecraft server. So everybody gets a fair shot. Otherwise, then people will, you know, the bots themselves, or sometimes it's legitimate people who will actually go to my videos and actually advertise their servers even though it automatically gets blocked off. Sorry, dude. That on my Pixelmon series, I'm keeping it like that. It's automatic. So that at least with the other video where I'm actually in control, that I'm going to be looking through the comments, and if it's on the video that where I allow people to advertise, then I'll just go click OK for all those comments. That I've done this before where I actually made the video. If you want to meet other people and play Minecraft with them, then you'll be able to do so in the comment section below. Just type in the gamer tag and all that stuff that you want to do. There's a lot of spam comments, quote-unquote spam comments, when people are actually being legitimate and actually asking people. I look in those comments and then I just give the okay to all the other comments that says, hey, I want to join you. Could someone join me? So could someone be friends with me? I put the okay for all of those ones. So mainly I'm probably going to do an advertisement video for the server, and as well as another community advertisement that if you want to advertise your own server, or you want to advertise a friend server, or if you want to advertise a server that you want to play on, then we have those comments you could actually look at and you could participate in those servers. So everybody will be happy. The only thing is that I'm not going to actually allow the rating system of the comments, so that there's not going to be that one bot that gets like 50 likes on their comments so they could actually be on the top. So everyone will have a fair share. If you want to reply to the thread or you want to reply to the comment itself, you may do that, but the rating system will not be enabled for that video for good reason. Anything I could do to help. And spring break is just around the corner. I think I only get 1 week for a spring break, but that 1 week will still be beneficial to me so that I could actually sleep late. I could actually finally catch up on sleep, because I really need to catch up on sleep because I'm still sick as I'm speaking to you guys right now. There's a little bit of jump cuts here and there where I just have to calm down, take a breath, and hope that I don't sneeze, or I hope that I don't have to blow my nose to get the mucus out of my system, or the phlegm, my mistake. I don't know what's more disgusting. Is it mucus that's more disgusting, or phlegm that's more disgusting? Or is it equally both? Let me know in the comment section below. Topic question of the day. Which one is more disgusting? Mucus, phlegm, or even myself? I know a lot of people will just say that myself would be more disgusting than all those put above, but well, give them some options. It makes it more fun. For those who are new to the series, that all here, everything that you see here used to be all desert. And what we did was that we took a lot of dirt blocks or grass blocks, because, you know, soak touch, and we actually placed them down. We placed them down everywhere. So now everything is green. The animals will start to spawn again. Of course, mobs will still start to spawn, but good thing we put all these torches around. Look at those piggies right there. They already start to spawn right there. Now it's time to go kill all those piggies. Piggy 1, And Piggy 2. We just have a lot of work to do, guys. We really do. Just look at this wonderful, wonderful ceiling. Some people can't see it, but I know I can because, of course, I'm the host of the world. And if it's not lagging, then I could actually see it even better. So all the chunks have already been loaded, and that's the gravel tower right there if I need to get my rankings and gravel up. But there's all glass. That is all glass placed individually on the ceiling of the y-axis 256. Originally, it was supposed to be 128, but then of course with the brand new update, I think it was TU14 that brought the update into the world, that all worlds will now have the access of y56, or sorry, y of 256. So we actually, of course, naturally, we actually had to expand the goal up further, which of course will be more blocks. Well, actually no, relatively, it's still the same amount of blocks. The only thing that's more of is the window panes that we actually have to make, or the glass panes, sorry. I always get window panes and glass panes confused because they're exactly the same thing. And can you imagine once we actually get colored glass that we'll one day probably have pixel art on the wall? That'd be quite amazing. I really need to get done with this one before we actually do have the update, which I'm not too sure if I'll be able to actually accomplish that, but if I actually somehow manage to do it before the update, at least that what people could do, that they could actually color code the whole entire area. Just have different types of pixel art. I was about to say Pixelmon, but it's the same thing. Pixel art. Pixel. Yeah, pixel art on the wall. If you want to make Pokemon on the wall, then that is Pixelmon art. Get it? Okay. Now here's the spot where we are actually working on that we are getting rid of all the sand. You can already see a little bit of a wasteland that's going on, but we're just covering it up with grass blocks or dirt that it will make everything pretty once more. Just got to place a lot of torches underneath so that the mobs will start, or to stop spawning. Start the mobs to stop spawning. Yeah, that makes sense, right? That we're going to have to get all the mobs to actually get out of the area. The only thing that's going to be annoying is still, of course, the Enderman. And don't worry, for all the spawners that we do happen to find, is that we will actually leave them here. And for those who want to know whether if we're going to run out of dirt, which I highly doubt, here's the spot where we can get a lot of dirt. That we're just going to hollow things out. Of course, we're not going to dig up the actual, ground layer, but we could just get a lot of dirt from here and just start placing it above here. That all this will actually be a Greenland, and we're going to be, of course, making the whole entire map green eventually. Ice, I'm not too sure. If you guys would like to, or if you guys want us to actually get rid of the ice, let me know in the comment section below so that we could actually work on doing something like that, that we could get rid of ice little by little. We're just going to have to get some unbreaking pickaxes and efficiency 4 pickaxes and just break each and every single ice block until there's water all around. Using torches or glowstone, it'll be slower, honestly. It will be a little bit slower. Or yeah, we could actually go on a boat and just start picking away at the blocks itself. So we get more water, we could like continue to sail on forward. So that's one way we could actually go about that as well. But we're gonna make everything look pretty. All the things you see right here will be pretty. Calm down out there. Calm down. That we will actually make everything pretty once more. No more snow, everything will be green. If we want to plant some trees here and there, like, oh, this tree needs a friend, we could actually do that. We could just plant trees all around. We're going to leave the floating sand blocks there because why not? It's actually pretty cool. Just leave those alone. Those are going to be the only surviving sand in the world, and we will continue on working on this little by little by little. Like I said, I'm mainly focusing on Operation Bedrock right now because I finally got the beacons, and now I want to put all the beacons down, and then we will actually get efficiency 5 pickaxes and then blaze on through the entire area like it's nothing. It'll be so much fun. Honestly, it will be. So a few things I need to work on. That I gotta work on making more Let's Plays. I gotta work on Operation Dome. I gotta work on Operation Bedrock. I gotta work on all the other projects that I have in my head right now. And as well as that, I got to work on trying to get a good commentating voice so that I could actually have the energy to continue on with a 30-minute commentary. So it's going to be a slight challenge for me, but I'm going to try to accomplish that. Maybe it'll actually be better for me for the channel. If not, then at least I tried. But who knows how things are going to go in the future. Just it's still the beginning of the year, and I really hope that this year will be the year for me. It's been a year for a lot of people, but I really hope that this is going to be the year for me. Just got to continue working, do not give up, and continue to actually have fun with this, because it's mainly a hobby that I love making videos, and if I didn't, then I would have not made videos in the first place. I just gotta keep reminding myself that. Do not stress over with the videos. If I miss a day, so be it. There's a lot of people who miss a day or two. At least I don't take weeks and weeks upon breaks, so at least I got that for myself. At least I'm keeping up with the dedication, and that's all I can really say. I gotta thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to make videos, and for the opportunity that I could possibly entertain you guys one way or another. Just feel free to criticize me, feel free to give me some like advice or anything like that. Maybe make some new series in the future that you would like to see, whether it be Let's Plays or any other things that may happen in the future. Just let me know in the comment section below. That I'm going to read them and I'm going to take them into consideration. The only thing that I would have to do from then was just to, you know, what's the word? Act upon it. Like, call to action maybe. Just, I gotta do it. That's all I gotta do. I got to do it. Well, that's all I can really say this episode. I know it's not gonna reach 30 minutes, but it's okay if I still am in around the 25 to 30 minute area, because otherwise then I'll just ramble on too much and repeating the things I've already said in a different video, and nobody wants to hear that, and that's another thing I'm gonna have to work on as well. So, mainly, feel free to join us on Pixelmon, and hopefully that I'll get accepted with the CCW license, and I gotta do my taxes, I gotta do other things, I gotta do a Let's Play, hoping that one day, that once spring break is here, I'll be able to just to sit down and do maybe 12 hours of recording in a single run, because, well, I've actually done a full Let's Play of Mario Kart 64 in a day. That took forever, but I did it. So if I could do something like that, then I could possibly do another game that's just linear and straightforward and get that game done within the day, whether it be a blind Let's Play or something else, I don't know. I'm rambling again, so I'm just going to end it off here. This is exactly the thing I told you guys earlier about. And yeah, I need to slow down whenever I speak at times. Okay, more things to work on. But until then, have a great day everyone. I'm SortKing090, and as always, I will see you in the next video.